I paid $3,000 for this, a 1992 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme International Edition, and it's safe to say that I'm in love. I've loved this car ever since I pushed it off the trailer in front of my shop. It wouldn't start back then, but I didn't care. I was sold after seeing the cool blue 90s aqua paint, the factory heads-up display, the coolest back seats you've ever seen, and so much more. Now, I diagnosed the no-start issue as a bad ignition control unit, and I replaced the starter and the oil filter housing seal while I was in there. I also replaced the fuel sending unit and fuel tank with the help of my kids, and then it was time to dig into the dual overhead cam V6 engine. I found that the timing belt had worn out, so out with the old, in with the new, along with some various pulleys, new valve cover gaskets, and the super loud fuel injectors were swapped out with new quiet ones. The Cutlass was running better than ever, and after converting the AC from R112 to R134A, I was cruising in comfort. Now at this point in time, I've already gotten my $3,000 worth out of this car. The pure joy that it's given me just in the last few weeks is more than I'd ever expected from a car this cheap. But I plan on keeping this thing, and although it looks great right now, it needs a little love. It's been sitting outside for 7 years, so the paint is a little faded. The pinstripes are kind of waving goodbye to themselves. There are a few deep scratches that I think we can fix DIY style. We're also gonna restore these factory Cutlass Supreme wheels. There will be some paint work, there will be buffing, polishing, coating, and major decisions being made. This is a tough call. And it's LegitStreetCars, so you know we gotta sprinkle in some mechanical work. And after that, it is the race of a century, a race every single one of you never knew that you needed to see. I'm getting him. He's coming for me though. And I am dying to get started on this episode, so let's get started. I'm dying to know what we're gonna find underneath this plate. Definitely not a fan of the front plate, especially when you have a really cool front end. I think these are neat, super 90s, the headlights, everything. I'm hoping these little slats will hide where these holes are. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wait, what? How does this even hold on? Oh, there aren't any holes. Oh, barely. Look, this one, it didn't even break through. There were 2 more screws on the bottom right there that you can't even see. That's what was mostly holding this in. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Realistically, I can remove this front plate. You would never know there's anything going on in here. You have to like literally get down like crazy. We'll touch this up, but that one hasn't gone through either. So that's perfect. I mean, you know, I'm keeping this original front license plate bracket. I'm never gonna use it, but I'm keeping it. We're gonna remove the 13s for the wiper arms. And then I'm just gonna thread this back on a little. I'm gonna give this a few love taps. They do make a special tool that I have. It just won't fit around here, and I don't want to break. Some things are so surprising on this car, like the condition of these. And these are just as exposed as the others. Interesting. What kind of witchcraft is this? Weather stripping coming out, and we should be able to get the cowl out. Oh, look at this. It's in 2 pieces. Huh. This is like the fancy piece, the upper portion. Okay. Oh, this is hard plastic, which means it's brittle. Oh, this is sweet though. We'll be able to restore this. Very nice. And this one will come right off too. This is where the washer nozzles tee off underneath. Perfect. Probably should have just done this from the get-go. You can never get all the dirt there. Let's blow some of this out. What I was really going after here are these drains. Sometimes these can clog up and water will build up in here and eventually make its way past the firewall into the car. That is no good, but these look good. Let's get to cleaning. First wash in like probably about 8 years. Goodbye 90s dirt. Been hiding under there forever. Now you can shine. Look at how the water just sticks to the paint. This thing probably hasn't been waxed in forever. We're gonna be redoing the pinstriping. Yeah, sometimes the pressure washer will take most of this off. And I did take measurements, so we know exactly where it goes. Before you hit this with harsh chemicals or any kind of wheels, just hit it with water. Yeah, the pinstriping itself is all going away. And then this is adhesive right here. So now we're gonna start off with one of the weaker solutions to get the adhesive off, which is rubbing alcohol. So always start with the most gentle product, especially on an older car like this. And that's pretty much not working. That's fine. All right, we're gonna bump this up to mineral spirits. That is definitely better. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. Perfect, look at that. And there's no blue or anything on here. Not that there would be, this isn't single stage, this does have clear coat. But yeah, we're gonna be good. Just gonna take a little bit of the old elbow grease. Why do they call it elbow grease? I mean, it's wrist grease, it's hand grease. Those parts of the body get no cred. Look at that though. That paint is sweet, guys. This is a great preview of what this car is gonna look like once it's buffed. It's a metallic aqua, it's so pretty. You guys know my neighbors drop off rags at my house. Look at what I found. Might be from the 90s or 2000s, I'm not sure, but we're definitely using this. They're all stretched out, some of them have holes, don't worry, this isn't worth anything. But we're using this on this car, it's fitting. This is mint, guys. It's gonna save a ton of time. Yeah, we're blasting off a little paint here. This part, we're gonna have to repaint it, the little spoiler, but I knew that. All right, this is one of my favorite parts. We don't wanna mess up this sticker, so I'll try to be gentle, and I'm gonna kind of back this up so we don't bend it. You know what? We gotta get the brush. I'm gonna blast that off. Little overkill with the foam. There's no such thing as too much for my baby. And for this unleaded only sticker. This color is so nice. Look at the sticker. The adhesive is perfect. Woo! Oh yeah. If you guys have never tried a foam cannon, I highly, highly recommend them. It's on my own, LegitStreetCars.com. Look at this foam. We could build a tower of foam. Can we make these wheels flat? They're foam wheels. It's a new style right here. Patent pending, it's the foam wheel. And we're gonna get the wheel wells real nice. Once this thing all foamed up, we will give it a bath. I'm really focusing on this front license plate. All these little grooves, I don't know what we call these, but these slats, the Oldsmobile slats, they require a little cleaning. Dirt gets in there. I washed up the rest of the car, so we're gonna give it a rinse. We're gonna do a couple of things before we dry this car. One's a clay mitt, but first, let's use this guy underneath. So good. If you guys live in the Rust Belt, this is beautiful. We're just cleaning up your car after a nice salty day where the salt is literally eating your car away and devaluing it. This will blast it right off. And I'm gonna get underneath the rockers as well, since we're gonna be buffing in here. We don't want any contamination at all. So we're gonna use a fresh clay mitt. These are fantastic. You can reuse them over and over again. This is super, super quick. Oh man, I wish you guys could feel the difference. It's like sandpaper the first couple times you rub the clay mitt on, and then it just gets smooth as glass. Oh, going here. It slides better, it's awesome. So basically, we're pulling up the contaminants in the clear coat, and you're gonna wanna keep water on hand to kind of rinse this off if the car's been sitting around outside forever. You're gonna have a lot in the clear coat that you can't see and that you don't wanna grind in with a buffer. So I'm gonna go do this all around the car. It takes about 10, 15 minutes. It's a great thing to do to your car if you haven't already. Gigantic drying towel time. Oh man, this thing needs wax. It's dry though. All right, cool. We'll dry this thing up, and we're gonna put it into position on the quick jacks wheels off for some intense detailing. It's not gonna be that intense. Fun though. I've moved the Oldsmobile on the quick jacks. This is where it's gonna be for the next few days during its restoration. And I have to make a parts run, and before I do that, I just wanna test a few areas of the car. We're gonna start off with this hood because it is super oxidized. And I'll start with the medium foam with the fine polish, see how far we get. Here we go. What is this paint gonna look like? So I've learned a lot from Jason at CarSuppliesWarehouse.com. And one thing that I used to do is I used to run around like this. And he said, slow it down, dude. Slow it down. Thanks, Jason. I went over the tape lines accidentally. Oh my goodness, though. Are you serious? Wow. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried about the clear. You know, just being outside for 7 years, being an older car, you know, am I gonna burn through easily? But I mean, knock on clear, we're looking pretty good. It looks very clear. So here is our oxidation, and then we're getting into our new area. Whoa, look at that. The fluorescent lights don't lie. That is amazing. Watch this. It's gone to a completely different surface of another planet. Wow. Let's get up close for scratches. Did we just pull all the scratches out? Look at this, guys. Let's follow the light over. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see scratches through the oxidation. Wait a minute, look over there. Look over yonder. Yeah, you can definitely see there are swirls and scratches. Look at the left-hand side of the screen, but not in here. Oh, that is fantastic, guys. That means we can continue to use the medium wool with the fine polish. That combination is simply working. So this could be a one-step, and you know I'm ceramic coating the whole car, which is gonna make this paint shine even more. Watch this. I guess the tape line was kind of pointless in this situation because I went way over the tape line, but there you go. Tape lines, detailing stuff, yay. So you know I've been coating all of my cars for the last like 6 years with the Armor Shield 9. It's a fantastic, reliable product. It is so good and it's easy. You just wipe it on, wait like 60 seconds and wipe it off. If you can wax a car, you can do this and you can do the whole car in like an hour, because right now, if the car was, you know, cleaned up, I can go do like half of the hood and then come back, wipe this off. It's fun and easy. It's been 60 seconds. We simply wipe away the excess, and what we've done here is filled the pores of the clear coat with the ceramic coating, so it's going to give it a deeper, glossier shine, but it's also going to protect it for years, unlike wax, which only gives you a couple of months of protection. So this will protect from UV rays. Like basically, had they ceramic coated this before it sat for 7 years, the hood wouldn't look like this. And so look at our metallic. If there were little scratches in here, the ceramic coating will fill those as well. So on a car like this, you definitely still want to buff it out, but if you don't get it perfectly, don't worry about it. If you're going to ceramic coat it, it's going to look, well, like this. Now later, you're going to see how great the car looks fully coated, but Avalon King is having a limited time sale. So normally each DIY kit sells for $75, but if you click my link down below, you're going to get 2 kits, 2 of them, for only $99. One of these is enough for a small to medium-sized car, but if you have a truck or an SUV, you definitely need 2, and that'll do the glass, wheels, the trim, the paint, everything. These kits can definitely sell out when they do these crazy limited time deals, 2 for $99. So if you wanted to ceramic coat your car, now is the perfect time, and all you have to do is click on the link down below, and the deal is automatically applied. So take advantage, click the link. Let's get back to the olds. I think I'm gonna have to repaint these, and I also wanna get some good touch-up paint for these scratches. But before I go to the paint shop, I just want to make sure, in case I need to get black paint, just gonna try buffing them out. This is actually kind of coming back. I'm surprised. What in the world? Wow, look at that. That's crazy. I thought for sure this paint was gone, but you can see right in this area, I didn't really hit it that hard, and that's how faded it was. And if we move over there, it's nice and shiny. Hey, you can see me. Hello. All right, we're gonna go with a medium pad and a little bit heavier compound. What can we do to you? Can we not paint? So I wanna be careful. I'm gonna go at a little bit of a lower speed here. Probably move around quicker too. This is looking really good. It's not perfect, but it's looking much better. Okay, just for a little bit of a comparison, this is what it used to look like. This is the passenger side, and this is what it looks like now. I haven't hit much of this. I'll buy the black trim paint anyway, just in case, but that is looking really nice. We're gonna go to a local paint store, and they need a sample of the car in order to get a good paint match, so I'm gonna remove this. My only concern is that these bolts have never been turned, and they're painted so nicely, and I don't wanna mess them up. Now, before we remove this, I wanna buff it out, even though it looks really good. It still has some scratches. We want to get it as close to the color of what this car is going to look like as possible. I'm going to use a medium pad and a fine compound because I don't know exactly what's going on with this car's paint. I don't want to burn through anything. So I'll kind of prime this up. It's going to be so much fun. They're going to look great, Cutlass. There are like no dents on this car. Just a couple of scratches we're going to touch up, but just needs a little buffing. All right, let's wipe this away. Oh, wow. Yeah, that medium pad with the fine compound, it's definitely doing the job. If we need to go more aggressive, we will, but I hope this translates well on camera. Look at that. We had some scratches in there, and they are all gone. That's a good sign. So a lot of GM cars have a really hard clear coat, which is a little bit difficult to buff, but it means that you can get a little bit more aggressive, but you just saw what happened there. We're looking good. So we're gonna put a little bit of tape here on the nut in hopes that will protect it. I've had pretty good success with this before. You just can't make it really thick or your socket won't fit. So that should be good. Let's see. The 10 still slides on there. There we go. Let's see. Did I damage anything? Nope. We need to clean it, but yeah, no, we didn't scratch it up. That's awesome. It's the little things in life. This one's much easier. Okay, gas cap sample is off. With the cap off, I need to remove these wheels. These are going to a powder coater. So we need to send these out because these faces are machined. This is painted. This actually looks good, but we might end up just re-powder coating, like stripping it down first, re-powder coating, and then machining this face. These tires are 17 years old, so I got some new Continentals that we'll put on after they're coated. The steering and suspension on this car actually feels great, but the brakes don't. We're gonna do calipers, rotors, everything. Okay, next up, before I make my run, I'm just stalling because I'm having so much fun here. Can we bring back these bumpers, or do they need to be painted? They have staining on them as well, like dark spots, and they look very faded. I'm a little worried that this is gonna be a different color when we're done. Now, the good thing is normally plastic bumpers are slightly a different color than the rest of the car because they're painted on plastic, but I don't know. Can we do this? One day we will know. I mean, like right now. I'm gonna do it right now. Here we go. Same pad and compound combo. So very gentle here. Hoping we can get up some of this staining. Let's just see where we're at. Don't want to go too far. All right, it's definitely cleaned it up. We've gotten a lot of the staining off. I ended up switching to a fine foam pad. Let's see what this looks like. I haven't burned through. Oh, that's good. It's clean. It's definitely clean. Let's pull the tape here and see what we got. Wow. Massive, massive difference on the bumper. Look at that. I mean, look at it from far away. That's crazy. This part doesn't even look like we washed it, like, at all. This is beautiful, guys. I'm curious. I know we're gonna end up ceramic coating the entire car later, but I just wanna put a little bit on here. Yeah, this is great. My main worry here was that I was gonna change the color of the bumper, but I haven't. I mean, it matches really nicely. This is crazy, guys. I don't know if I've ever seen that big of a paint difference with a tape line on this channel. That's so, so cool. I masked off a lot of the black weather stripping because when you're buffing next to it, it can get stained. So that is all done. I love the curvature of this window. That's good. And I love this spoiler, but we are gonna take it off. Luckily, it's just a few 10mm nuts. Ooh, some of which have factory tape on them. Look at this. Oh man, I can barely even get it out of there. What is this Oldsmobile witchcraft? Look at that. They were doing what I was trying to do, protect the nuts. I think there's only 4. Man, I should have done this before the car wash. It is nasty. Okay, if you're doing this at home, take your Cutlass Supreme spoiler off, then wash the car. I'm gonna spray this and try to wipe it so we don't get this stuff all over the place. Can I do this in one shot? Probably not, but we're catching most of the dirt right now. Oh man, this is straight up dirt. This would have been perfect for a car wash. Should we do a spoiler delete on the Oldsmobile? I don't think so, but it does look like little devil horns popping out of the taillights. That's really weird. This is going to O'Hare Auto Body in Bensonville to get repainted. They're gonna have to sand this way down. Hang on. You know we gotta try. We have a 2G Eclipse spoiler just right next to it. What if Mitsubishi and Oldsmobile got together for just this? Like, what should we do together, guys? We wanna like collab or something? And be like, I don't know, I got spoilers, I got Oldsmobiles, let's do it. There you go. I mean, I've seen worse. Not much worse. No, this is pretty bad. Pretty bad. There's not many things I can guarantee in life, but I can guarantee you this. After I show you what I'm about to show you, you're gonna say, Alex, you got a 15-passenger Chevy van. Why didn't you use that? Here is what 4 wheels and tires and a few miscellaneous body parts from an Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme look like in a Hellcat. They all fit. So 4 of the wheels with the old tires and 4 brand new tires as well. It all fits, the door's closed. Look at that. See, I told you about the van. There's nothing wrong with it too. I could totally take that. I wanted to, do that experiment for you guys because I know you've been asking about it. Hey Alex, can you fit like 8 tires in a Hellcat? Now you know. Just got to O'Hare Auto Body, my body shop. You guys are the best. They're already working on it, and a lot of the paint is just coming right off with the air gun.
Slowly but surely.
What is this made of?
Probably like.
Because you can see the base material, or what is that?
Probably some straight fiberglass from the 90s.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's gonna look awesome. It's the next day. With everything dropped off, they are working on the spoiler. I dropped off the wheels, they're working on those. And I finished up the roof. It is looking pretty. And I picked up some rust treatment, rust reformer. There's many different brands. They all kind of do the same thing, but I always like to get the clear version. And what you can do is if you just have surface rust like this, no flaky stuff, you spray this on clear and it'll react only with rust and then turn black. So if we get a little bit of overspray on stuff, it's not a big deal. So I've done everything under the cowl. This has to do with the wiper system, and we'll come back later and hopefully it'll be black. It's already working in areas like that. And you know what? Normally I would take these bolts out, sand them, and paint them, but let's just try this. This could be really, really nice and easy touch-up in areas like this. And they do sell this in black as well, but then you're spraying everything black. It's basically like black spray paint. I like the clear stuff much better. Outside of a little bit of touch-up and ceramic coating, the whole front clip is done. Fenders, hood, bumper. I was able to get into these little slats using this guy, and a lot of time just kind of going like that, and trying not to hit the edge directly. Didn't burn through on anything. But yeah, I'm super happy. Love this color. God, I kind of wish every single one of my cars was this color now. This rust reformer right here pretty much didn't work at all. So apparently they're not all the same. This is the stuff I normally use, but I'd broken off the nozzle, so I just stole it from this one. So we'll try this again and then come back in about an hour and see what it looks like. I just got done with the trunk lid, looking nice and glossy. But look at this, this is huge. So see this black trim, it looks minty fresh because I just got done with that one. And then if we go over to this side, look at that. So here is our before. Okay, close your eyes, remember that before, Okay, here it is again, before. And here is our after, huge difference. Stuff like this, black trim is really what makes a car look much, much newer. Here's a pretty good side-by-side. That's done. This is not. So mostly inside of these little slats, you can see how faded it is. There are so many rare parts of this car that I'm so fortunate are in excellent condition, like these taillights with the Oldsmobile logo. We are going to definitely buff these out. But I have a decision to make, and that is, do I keep the Quad 442 logo? I'm almost positive that is not correct to this car. There was a Quad 442, but I believe it was the model before this, and it had the Quad 4-cylinder engine, not the 6. So someone may have added that. I'm just not 100% sure. So like, I'd hate to take this off and then it was some kind of factory thing. So I don't know, I guess I've made up my decision. I should just leave it for now. Unless you guys can help me out with the research, it's hard to tell. I think that it is for the 4-cylinder. I just don't know. Guys, check this out. I'm on the internet researching this once again, and I run into this car, and it's an international edition. And I'm like, oh, there it is. That one's got Quad 442. Look at that, it's exactly the same. This is a nice looking car right here. Oh, it's the exact same floor mats, literally the exact same ones. That's because it's my car. That's literally the exact car right here that I just randomly found on a forum post where he was asking $9,000 for it. So yeah, having a hard time figuring that out, but we'll leave it for now. All right, let's buff out this beautiful, beautiful taillight. What do we got? Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful taillight right there. Wow. We were working with one that looked like this before. That's not good, but this is. Okay, this is ridiculous. $400 for one of these? Come on. I've had so many cars with taillights that are worth so much money according to eBay, but who's actually buying them for that much? The 99 Cobra that I had, everybody's like, those taillights are worth $2,000. I go on eBay. People are asking $2,000. Same thing with the LS1 Trans Am. People are like, those are $1,500. I'm like, has anyone ever actually sold taillights for that much? That's crazy. I mean, look, I think this car's cool, and like many hundreds of thousands of you guys do too by watching the videos, but like, it's not that old. Like, are they that rare? Anyway, I'm asking $8,000 for these taillights. I know what I got, so if you're interested, I'll leave a link down below. I just finished up the rear bumper. This thing is in such good condition. There is no spider web cracking anywhere on this car. And I did end up getting some goof off, whatever, same stuff. Adhesive remover for this. And if you soak it on there a little bit, just wait like a minute. After a certain point, it'll get really, really slick. And then you can take a plastic razor blade and it just comes right off. You can also just kind of rub it out if you don't have a plastic razor blade, and it's fine. It just takes a little bit more effort. Yeah, look at this. Takes off nice big chunks of goo. Look at this driver's side black trim now. Remember that. Don't worry, we'll flash it up on the screen after I'm done. But I am going to restore this right in front of your face. Right now, I'm restoring it. I'm the restorer. Ooh, that sounds bad. We'll work around the handle. Here we go. Bam. Look at that. Do you remember what it looked like? Here it is. We'll edit it in right now. This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. Much, much better. These slats were kind of a pain in the butt. I used this like egg carton shaped looking pad and that worked much better. I also finished this piece of trim and I used the coarse compound and pad on this mirror, and just look at it. It's so nice. And here's the passenger side that I didn't do. I did not think we were gonna be able to restore this at all. I thought for sure I would have to take the door panel off, break every single clip, remove these and paint them, but that's not the case. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with this. Seriously guys, don't give up on your painted black trim. I mean, this can turn into this in just a few minutes. There is the finished product on the passenger side. Looking pretty. You can still see the scratch, so I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna put a little bit of color into this one, and then we are gonna really good video. This off. And I'm trying to add just a tiny bit of color at the very bottom. That's a good idea. This on. I gotta say, this guy's good. This guy's good. This is how I make all my videos, by the way. I just go back and watch YouTube videos. Mostly of this guy, LegitStreetCars, who fixed a deep scratch on his blue BMW Alpina B7. But seriously, sometimes I go back to my own videos because I forgot exactly what worked. And that worked so great on that car, you could barely even tell. It was keyed. So yeah, that was it. I just added base color first, block sanded it, and then cleared. So that's what we're gonna do. I went to a local auto body paint supply place and I got some beautiful, beautiful paint with the match from the gas cap, so it looks really good. And I love these little dabbers. So we're gonna use a clean side of the Bulls t-shirt to really clean up this scratch, get all of our compound out of it. Make sure it's clean and the surrounding area as well. That's good. Here's what the scratch looks like right now. You can definitely feel it with your nails. It's pretty deep. And we're gonna use our dabber, the tiniest amount. I got like 4 ounces of this too. That was their minimum. I'll never use this, but it is what it is. But I use a very, very small amount. And this is just base coat with no clear or anything mixed together. And our idea here is to not dab it on to where we have runs or drips, just like that. And we'll keep going down the line. And this is a tough scratch to fix because this is a very metallic color, if you guys haven't noticed already. This is the worst of it, I think, right here. Goodbye, scratch. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this wasn't a hateful act. I think this just looks like a random scratch. It's like the only one in the car. It's impossible to hate somebody that owns a teal Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Those people are the best. So this was definitely an accident. Oh, and you know what? There's a little scratch here too we gotta fix. So it looks like I'm kind of just coloring this in, which is exactly what I'm doing. Kind of painting it like you would paint a house. And so at the moment, this actually looks worse because we've highlighted the scratch, but do not worry. We're gonna be sanding that out in about an hour. I wanna let it fully dry, and then it's gonna look even worse again. And then we got a few more steps. The front of the car does have a few little rock chips like that. Surprisingly, the bumper doesn't really have any at all, but maybe it was painted at some point, I'm not sure. But these are a little tricky with metallic paints. You can kind of see this, how on the top layer there, it bunches up and causes the blue to be darker. So when you touch up one of these spots, if the metallic puddles up, it becomes darker. A little trick I learned is I took the tip off of this, so it's basically just a really pointy piece of plastic, and you want to put as little as possible in these little chips. So just a very small dab in there. And you can see it is a little darker already. What I like to do though is then dab it with the Chicago Bulls t-shirt, just like that. And then I think it blends a little bit better. Touch up these 3 right here. And so I didn't wipe these away to show you the difference. And where are the other ones? The other ones are right there. So you can barely tell these are here, but you can definitely tell these are here until the 96, 97 Bulls come in and take care of business like they always do. And look at that. Look at that. You can't even tell. They're like gone. Okay, you can tell a little bit, but it's much better if you dab it. Go Bulls. All right, guys, it's been about an hour, so this is dry. My next step is to wet sand. So this is 800 grit, and behind it, I'm using one of these guys to block it out. So we're just gonna spray some water on the sandpaper and on the panel. And we're sanding the entire area, so we will have to go back and buff this out because it'll be kind of, you know, scratched up. But we'll try and stay on the scratches more than the rest of the panel as much as possible. Be careful with edges. And we'll start to see this paint kind of disappear. That's the whole idea. So if our touch-up paint disappears like it has in these areas, that means we have filled the scratch and you can't tell the difference between that and the rest of the panel. This one's pretty bad. We'll block this down And we're taking out the high spot here of the paint that we added. Yeah, this is already looking much, much better. I'll keep things pretty wet, and I'm applying very little pressure here. But wow, look at this, guys. I mean, this one is straight up disappearing in front of our eyes. This is great. Goodbye, scratch. The idea here is to have as little amount of paint left over as possible, that just enough to fill that scratch, but not cause a high spot. A lot of fun to do this too, I must say. After I did the Alpina video, I was like, man, I can't wait to get another scratched car. It's been like 3 years, but I mean, I've had scratched cars, but we painted a lot of stuff too. But anyway, the Oldsmobile is satisfying that itch, I guess, as I itch it. Here's where we're at after the 800 grit. The scratch that was over here somewhere, that one is gone. We filled it up pretty nice and it's gone. Sometimes you have to do this more than once so we can still see a little bit of the scratch here. So I'll just go over it again. There's not a whole lot on this car that needs to be painted, but the wiper arms and the wiper arm stoppers on the cowl, they need to be painted. And this is metal, so we can paint this whole thing. I really like this SEM trim black. It gives it a factory OEM satin finish. So that's what we're gonna use. I'm gonna start off with a very light coat, and I did sand this down and degreased it. It is prepped and ready to go. But here's what this thing looked like before. So hopefully we'll make it look a lot nicer. My first coat's drying, and we gotta keep working. There's no breaks. So while that's drying, I'm shaking and peeling. Shake and peel. And I helped. Shake and bake, anyone? Remember those commercials? I don't even remember what was in shake and bake. Like, what did they give you? They give you the bags. You gotta buy your own chicken, and then they give you like the seasoning. Is that it? Was it just a bag and seasoning and marketing? Shake and bake, if you're still out there, I wouldn't mind doing a little sponsorship. I like chicken and seasoning. Since we're done buffing, we can take all of this off and start prepping for the ceramic coating, which unfortunately, I don't have wheels for the car and I can't wash it here because we're on kind of an angle. All the water will go up against my wall and I'll never be able to get it out. So we're gonna have to just spray this thing down by hand with some rubbing alcohol and get into every little nook and cranny. I've done 2 coats so far, so this is gonna be a wet coat, so a little bit closer, and this will be our final coat as well. Oh, these wipers are gonna look mint. I like to do these final coats in just kind of one long stream like that. Bam. We'll let these bake in the paint booth for about another hour. You guys dare me? You dare me? You dare me? Ah! Just painted my Hellcat wheel and tire. Don't worry, they're pretty much destroyed, need to be redone. And the tires just have normal wear. They need to be replaced. Here we are with round 2 of the touch-up. A little water and a little sanding. Sanding with my left hand right now, filming with the right. Any lefties out there? I'm a righty, but I like my left. You know, probably some righties out there. They're like, man, I wish I had 2 rights. This left is weak. There's no one out there like that. I literally just made that up out of nowhere. I think we're at a pretty good stage here to start buffing, see what we have left over. This is looking a ton better. So this is all scratched up clear coat that we're gonna take care of with a heavy compound and heavy wool pad. And hopefully this will kind of polish out those scratches even more. Ah, guys, I messed up. Alpina Alex is apparently better than Oldsmobile Alex. If it looks like I'm crying, I just yawned. I'm not crying. I mean, this hurts. I'm crying inside. But yeah, I fixed a lot of the scratch, but I accidentally burned through when I was wet sanding. That's what this kind of lighter area is. I burned the paint. Hopefully this will look better after we ceramic coat it. Maybe it'll help kind of blend it in a little bit, but I messed up right in this area. I'm seriously not crying. I'm a little congested, so I'm like blowing my nose a lot. Seriously, just very disappointed in myself. I was trying to get this scratch like perfectly and I went too far. I was much more aggressive on the Alpina, but that's a way newer car with newer technology, clear coat and stuff like that. Should have been gentler. Anyway, let's keep going. Well, hang on, here's some good news. This looks sweet. Oh man, this turned out really nice. So the cowl used to look like this, and the stoppers for the wiper blades were pretty much missing all of their paint. And now they look like this. And the wiper arms look like this, brand new. I love this OEM satin finish, it's perfect. Anyway, I'm heading home. Tomorrow is a new day, and tomorrow is gonna be awesome ceramic coating and painted on pinstriping. I just found out today it's painted on. I thought it was just gonna be like some kind of vinyl or something, but he's gonna paint on my car. Can you just pinstripe just all over that area? I mean, you can't tell from far away, but I burned it. I burned it. It's a new day. We have a pinstriper coming in a few hours. So I do have to do a final wipe down of the car to start the ceramic coating process and have everything clean for him. But before I do that, I want to replace all of the brakes. These are in pretty rough shape. We should probably do the rears too. So I'm going to be replacing the bracket and the caliper and the brake hose, literally everything. So we'll take it off as a big assembly. That broke free. Nice. Oh my gosh, look at the bolts for the bracket. This is intense. It's a T60. This is all steel. All right, here's that. This is funny. We could probably take this off with the rotor. Yes. Yes, that's awesome. So far, I'm getting really lucky with all of the hardware here. This brake line is threading right out of the hose. That's excellent. I almost got this clip off. All right, that's in good shape. This is gonna be a little rusted in. Oh, not bad. Pull the line out, and now we can pull this out as an assembly. Okay, kind of. Fell apart, but here you go. Clean up this hub a little bit. And inside of here, a little brake clean. I'm gonna do a little bit of the old rust reformer on these parts. Although at some point I'm gonna replace these struts and some of the steering and suspension, mostly just for looks. I mean, it all works fine, but until then, protect it. Just make it look a little wee bit better. There we go. You can see here on some of the wiper parts, it turns black. On some it doesn't though. It's weird. It's a little sporadic. We all know this is encapsulated, so that's good. Not that you can see any of that with the cowl on. And take a look at what these brackets under the hood looked like before, and here's what they look like after. Not a whole lot better, but we know that it's encapsulated and it's ready for paint. Sometimes this just works a little bit better, like on this side. Now, obviously the best way is to take all these brackets off, sand them down and paint them, but if you guys saw my DeLorean restoration video, you know what I'm about to do. You can take really any black spray paint as long as you've used the rust encapsulator first, and it's ready for paint at that point. So without taking all this stuff apart, we can use a foam brush, make them look new again. This is a ton of fun to do, and it makes such a big difference without a ton of work. So pretty, so pretty. And now we'll have a little bit better of a before and after. This piece was basically orange from all the rust, and it stuck out like a sore thumb. And now it blends in beautifully, and you know we're gonna restore all the trim around it to match. Ceramic coating does a great job at this, of course, on plastics. And here we go. Just a quick little refresh on this section. Now back to the brakes. I'm using a little bit of anti-seize where the rotor sits. And by a little, I mean a little. You can wipe off any excess if you accidentally kind of glob it on there, but you don't want a ton. Just the tiniest layer will do its job. Rotors will never get stuck. You're really just kind of like painting it just barely silver with the anti-seize. If you get any on the threads, just brake clean it off. Now we can go back together with our gigantic, you know, like 11-inch rotors. Actually, hang on, what are these things? About 10 and a half. That's all they came with, that's all you need. And then we have a loaded caliper. This is worth its money in gold. So these are really cheap, like 50, 60 bucks. It's painted, all new seals, brake pads, everything. Honestly, it's worth it just to not have to clean the old one, and now these are protected. Not that you can see any of the braking system at all with the wheels back on, but we know it looks sweet. Oh man, I am getting really lucky on these bolts. It's gigantic caliper bolts. All right, caliper coming off. Sweet, little baby rotor. Seriously? Yeah, all right. Got it. So our rear caliper comes painted, of course, and with a new bracket for the parking brake cable, so I've put that in. Now we can install the brake pad clips. I've never seen clips like this before, but it looks like they slide in here just like that, and then you twist them. You twist them around. And they lock. Now we can snap in the new brake pad, and this clip kind of holds it like that. And here's the outside pad. We'll add a little bit of grease to this one too so it doesn't squeak. And we'll snap this in. Bam. We got our new brake rotor. This one's even smaller than the front, of course. Mean looking though, mean. Then we need to install the bolts into the caliper first. You can't put them in after. And we'll swing this entire assembly right over. Oh man, this is looking good. Tightening up the banjo bolt for the caliper. We're good there. Cool. Brakes are done. Here are our brand new rear brakes, calipers and all, and front brakes, and I am bleeding. You guys have seen me do that a million times. All right, guys, I can't let this go. I have masked off this area. Notice the paper has a soft fold so that it's easier to blend. You know where I'm going with this. I got a rattle can mixed up of this exact color. It's a great match. We're gonna try it. Nothing to lose here. The scratch was already past the factory base coat, but I've fixed scratches like this too, so we'll see. So we're just gonna do this really light. And we're just adding a little bit of color back in. We'll stop there for now. So I've let this dry for a few minutes, and we haven't changed the color much. That's the number one thing I'm afraid of, because with this metallic, you can really bunch up the metallic flake and then it gets darker. But so far, it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna do another really light coat. Okay. I'm gonna stop it there with 2 coats of base, and obviously you can tell where I sprayed, but it's mostly because there's no clear coat there. So that is like a matte finish versus gloss. Once we get the clear, this will blend much, much nicer. But right now, I'm gonna do a little light wet sanding on this base coat. So this is 4000 grit sandpaper, and we're wet sanded again, very lightly. And basically, we're just kind of trying to blend into this area a little bit. Just take the edge off, you know? We'll wipe it clean. Wow, it's definitely getting there. Here's what we have after wet sanding, and that darker piece is what's left of the factory clear, like around it is where I burned. So we're gonna clear coat. Here we go, just a light dusting. All right, that's all I'll do. We'll wait 5 and do another. Coat number 2 is going on just a little thicker. We'll let that dry. Here we are with the clear coat. Obviously it looks really bad right now, but we have to do some wet sanding. So I let this dry for about 2 hours, and it's pretty warm in the shop. Just gonna hit this up with some 1500 grit. Just going real nice and easy at first. And this will take out all the overspray. That already looks much better. Moving on to some 4000 grit as well. And we've removed all the overspray already. That's really easy. And it's getting much smoother now. It's also blending the color. Give it a little wipe. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. Here's where we're at right now. It's blending pretty nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some coarse compound. Here we go. Let's try and make this disappear. All right, guys, I'm done. I'm done. This is the best I'm gonna get it. Let's take the tape off. There we go. Okay, a lot of angles, you cannot see this at all, especially if there is a 95 white Eclipse in the background, but it's definitely still there. If you guys ever see this show at one of my car meets or something, you'll know. Right in here, you can see it. The scratch is still there, but I did cover up a lot of the burn and a lot of the scratch. There were multiple scratches actually, and we're down to basically 1. So I'm just gonna be happy with this, guys. I mean, I'm in the same boat as I was, where to fix this properly, especially on a metallic paint, we'd have to paint this entire door and blend and all sorts of madness, and yeah, I don't know if it's worth it for that. Next for mechanicals is replacing our brand new starter. Apparently, even brand new cars sound like this, but there is a hack. The generation of starters that came out after this, like on the 3.8 liter cars, all the way up to like, I think 05, 06, something like that, were like gear reduction starters, and they are direct bolt in. So we're gonna pop one of those in and hopefully it fixes it. Fortunately, I had to evac the AC again to get this starter out. It's not the easiest. I wish I knew this the first time. Gotta take the oil filter and I think the housing out of this thing too. So that stinks. I loosen up this gigantic bolt, and now we can hopefully get this out of the way enough for the starter without disconnecting the lines. Definitely losing some oil. Can we go straight back? Oh, there we go. That's the ticket. You gotta take that out. Okay. And here's our new starter. It is half the weight and much, much smaller, but it's gonna bolt in exactly the same way. And can we tell? Not just from looking at it, but I think this has less teeth, and it's just a way better design with more gear reduction. Now, I already have it off, so I don't know the answer to this, but I think you could probably replace this without taking the oil filter housing off. I mean, look at that. It's like a baby compared to the other one. All right, there she is. So I just gotta zip everything back up in reverse order, and we'll see how it starts. To refresh your memory, this is what our new starter sounded like before. And that's normal. They were just slow like that, and here is our updated starter. Oh, that's sweet. That's much better. Hold on, listen to this again. Woo! That's awesome. That's what the newer V6 engines sound like when they start. They always had a very quick start. My mom bought a 2002 Chevy Impala many years ago, and I was always like, man, that starter's quick. And now we got the same starter in this. So awesome, awesome upgrade. I highly recommend it. I wish I knew it the first time. But anyway, that's good. We have Bruce here for some pinstripes, and he's been doing this for how long?
Well, professionally since '77.
Wow.
I actually started when I was 12, and that was 1970s, and I've given away my age, but we don't need to go there.
So he's actually going to be painting pinstripes on the car, which is amazing.
Right, and the first thing I'll do is I'll use prep salt, which is a pretty standard wax and grease remover, and I'll wipe that usually about 3 times. I'll go over it. My next thing will be alcohol, and I get a clean rag for that, and I also go over that 3 times.
So very, very thorough prep is everything, especially when you're painting.
Glass cleaner, just regular glass cleaner without silicone, which is, this brand has no silicone. I'll just do a real light level of that, and that gets off anything else that might be on it.
All right, looking good. Oh, this is too cool.
So I use squirt bottles because it's fast, but it's one-shot lettering enamel.
Looks like you've used this a few times.
Yep, a few times there. It's about a year old, I think.
Oh, wow.
Normally it's a real thin metal cup.
So Bruce and I were discussing what color I'd like to do. And before, it looks like they did kind of like a really dark gray on top and a silver on bottom, which I like. I was actually thinking of doing black on top, silver on bottom. So the silver on the bottom would match the wheels, and then the black on top would match the black trim.
I'm just gonna put on for a sample. So that is a thick and a thin, or you can go double thin. You can hear how squeaky clean it is.
Yeah, right? I just am so impressed right now on how in the world that is straight. That is insane, and it's got to go all the way down the car. I mean, guys, to say this is an art form would be like a massive understatement. I can barely like write the A in Alex straight, like one of the lines. And I mean, he's gonna do the whole car on both sides. It's crazy. Here is a gray. It's so nice that we can do some test samples here just to make that decision.
It's kind of a medium gray.
Yeah.
And then we'll make a light gray. Just make it on the board here.
Wow, look at that. Mixing the tan in there really does turn it light.
Yeah, if you use just black and white to make gray, it sort of looks blue. So generally speaking, us stripers will use like an ivory instead of white, and then usually we'll put like some brown in it too. For what we're doing now, you know, it's just the ivory.
Yeah.
In the black. So there's a a two-tone.
Yeah, I think I like the lighter gray.
I like the light gray too.
Yeah, that looks good. It'll match the wheels. They're basically like a silver gray, you know, just like that.
You wanted to see a black and a gray.
Yeah, maybe we try that light gray
So
and the
here's
black
a light
on
gray
top.
is a thin one.
Okay. All right, so this is the combo I had in mind. And let's see, take a step back. Oh man, guys, this is tough. This is a tough call. If it was your car, what would you do, Bruce?
Well, I like either two lights or two darks. I don't
Yeah.
like the mix of dark and light together.
Right.
For some reason, it just doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look right.
Okay.
See, when I'm standing back here, all I see is the light one. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
don't see
yeah.
both. So you'd actually, if you like the light gray, then, you know, that's not a bad combination, or just a double black.
I mean, the black definitely pops, and I mean, essentially, that's kind of what it had. You know, when I got the car, it wasn't black though. It was like a dark gray on top and a light gray on bottom. Decisions.
I think the double black with the thick on top.
My choice, too.
Yeah, Bruce is saying that too, and it pops. We did it on the other side as well, just to get kind of some different lighting in here. I mean, the black does look pretty neat. And this was most likely not an Oldsmobile thing. This was a dealer add-on when the car was new. So we can kind of do whatever, you know, that we would have had this choice back then. Yeah, I think I got to go with the double black.
Go up close to it.
Yeah, it's cleaner, especially with this color that pops. Like this kind of just blends in a little bit, and this is like, you know, we're doing something here. It's like this is a manual International Edition. It's not like a cloth bench seat car with like a column shifter. So there's plenty of working time here. We just wiped it off with rubbing alcohol. All right, so Bruce laid down a piece of tape all along the car. So now he's following along.
Now this black line is a masking line. What I do is I follow really close to it without touching it. So you don't want to touch it. The minute you touch it, then it seeps under the tape and you get a messed up edge. It's a freehand stripe with a little help, let's call it.
All right, little assistant.
And then what I'll do on the second stripe, which you'll see later, I take this tape stripe off and I'll use this painted stripe as my guide for the second.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was joking with Bruce. I'm like, can you just write LSC right in this area where I messed up? And he's like, I didn't even see that. I think he was just being nice. I am thinking about incorporating LSC with the lines in front of it. I think it'd be kind of cool, like back here in the pinstripe, if we can get it to incorporate with the two lines. He's drawing this out right now. This is where I'm thinking we would put it, and it would tie in with the lines too. So just like my real logo. This stuff comes off, so it's not like permanent. You know, gotta try, right? Here's our line, and I put a little tape on where the LSC design is gonna be. And now this comes off. Can't even see my scratch from here. Many angles, you can't see it. So we're on this side now, and Bruce is going off of the shadow of the old one so we can cover it up. You can barely even tell. I don't even know if we'll get the.
I'm hoping I'm going over it.
Yeah, you're good. You're right on it. You can kind of see right where the line is. Yeah, he's right on it. Perfect. So he keeps on going right past the door so that the line is perfectly straight. This is madness, guys.
Madness.
This is madness.
This is Sparta!
Here are the stripes on Bruce's car, so we're gonna tie it in the front here somewhere so they all come together. But look at this. I mean, you'd think like either a robot did this or that it was some kind of vinyl decal. And I'll admit, I don't know much about pinstriping. I thought that was all it was always just a roll of tape essentially on the car. I've never seen this before. So now Bruce is going to incorporate the top line and start off the second bottom line, which is much thinner. Look at that. Oh, no way. That is so 90s.
Just like that. Easy.
Beautiful. Yeah, easy,
Easy
right?
peasy.
Easy. I'd be shaking the whole time. Pinstriping goes way, way further back than the 90s. This was popular, 50 years before that. Being an Oldsmobile and everything, an older one, that is really cool. I actually took the pinstriping off my 2015 Cadillac Escalade. I just thought the truck was too new for it. So there is kind of a cutoff. This is probably like the newest car I would consider it, but it had pinstriping and I thought that was neat. I'm so glad we went with the double black. Good job, Bruce. That's awesome.
The way to go.
Yeah, I was really relying on Bruce a lot. I'm like, this is what I'm thinking, but you've been doing this forever, so, and he's like, double black. I'm like,
And it seems kind of boring, but it just seems to work the best.
I don't think it's boring. I think it's great, especially with this super glossy black trim mirror and everything. It's perfect. All right, almost done with this side. We're coming up to the letters now.
It's a very rare tape. They quit making it about 20 years ago.
This tape right here?
This tape,
Wow.
3M. I bought a 20-year supply.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
Really?
I did.
So how many of these did you buy 20 years ago?
100 maybe? I can't remember.
Did you know they were going to stop making it?
Yeah, they told me they weren't going to be able to get it anymore. I bought everything I could get.
Is that specifically for doing pinstriping?
I don't know what it was for, but it works good because it's clear and it's super thin. And
Yeah.
it's low tack, so it doesn't have a lot of glue, which makes it also extra thin. So you can see through it.
Oh, yeah.
So I have another tape when I run out of this that will replace it.
I was going to say, like, once it's out, you're done? You're going to retire?
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought that, that would be a good time to retire.
Right.
But now it's getting too close because I only got about 5-10 rolls left now. I'm like, I'm not ready to quit now.
All right, here we go, guys.
So the first one's a little pretty thick.
Yeah, it just progressively gets thinner.
Like about that thick, I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the next one.
Yeah, that one's probably half the thickness, roughly.
Ooh, like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, and then the next one. Maybe like that. And then they progressively get thinner.
Mm-hmm. And then we got a pretty thin one there, yeah. Awesome.
Then we got an L. And the L stands for
Legit.
legit. To make it easy, I'm going to put more tape on here. The bottom of the L is straight and it goes pretty long, so we'll put it about there.
Okay. Feel bad we're using so much of this super rare tape.
Yeah, I know.
This is speeding up Bruce's retirement right now. He's gonna be done after my olds. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful, legit L right there.
Okay, that looks about right.
Yep.
Okay, we got a nice edge there.
And little LegitStreetCars trivia here, people. My logo that I designed here. These are Pontiac arrowheads, and these kind of look like the lines that are before AMG for AMG. But for me, my channel kicked off with my Pontiac Trans Am WS6, which I've had for like 22 years now. And then what really kind of sparked my channel was the AMG and the Mercedes content. So those two brands kind of mean a lot to me, and I incorporated them into the logo probably, I don't know, a year or two after I started the channel. Guys, I love it. I absolutely love it. The fact that the mirrors and the trim are gloss black, this is just a little dirty, I gotta clean it up, but just matches perfectly. I dare you guys to call this number. Yeah, so even though on camera this looks, absolutely perfect, Bruce was saying that it isn't. I mean, he's doing it straight up by hand. So although it's close, there are little imperfections, but that's the way you can tell that a real human being did it. We didn't have a robot with ChatGPT that became self-aware and turned into a pinstriping machine robot, because that's what they would do first. They would take over the pinstriping business.
Yeah, because it's so highly profitable.
That's right. Okay, so now he's gonna tie the C right into that top line.
Okay, so that's got to be a little bit thicker.
Too cool.
Let me give it my best shot here. You can always wipe it off if there's a mistake.
Looks pretty good to me.
Do you want to square this off too, or you want to just cut it open? Here, I'll let you decide.
I don't know, Bruce. I'm kind of like inclined to let you decide. What do you think?
I'd say leave it open.
Yeah, okay.
Now, if we close this off, I mean, I think it would take away from your logo.
Yeah,
It would almost make it look like it was part of the logo.
Yep.
Well, that way now it looks like the pinstripe.
Yeah.
So it just looks like a pinstripe with the logo above it. That's pretty nice.
Awesome, Bruce. Thank you very much. That looks so cool. All right, passenger side is done as well. Bruce is all done here, and he has to go fight his property taxes right now.
Fight my property taxes. Here, put my signature right there.
Oh, no way. That is too cool. Thanks, Bruce.
You're welcome.
This has been an awesome experience.
It's been a pleasure being with you people today.
Thanks a lot. Oh, and good luck on the fight. Get those taxes lowered.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Bruce, ladies and gentlemen, Bruce. I'll leave his contact down below. If you guys want pinstriping and you live in the Chicagoland area, maybe Bruce can come do your pinstriping.
A couple days later, I'm back at O'Hare, and look at that. This is so nice. Guys, one of my favorite colors, this has to be. It's so good. Their paint match is just phenomenal. I can't wait to get this on the car.
So I dropped the spoiler off with the Hellcat. Back to pick it up with the E55 wagon, a much more appropriate vehicle to, be transporting car parts, especially the wheels and tires. That would have been easy. This was our family vehicle this entire weekend. We went to some car shows. There we go. Let's roll.
Back at the shop, spoiler is going on. I'm gonna use a little bit of clear silicone around the holes for the trunk. Some of these had something and some of them didn't, and there was no water in there, which was a little odd, but we wanna be sure. Beautiful, freshly painted spoiler going on. Don't wanna smear the silicone. I think I already did though. Yep, I smeared it real nice. There's really no adjustment here on the spoiler, so I can start tightening up the 4 10mm nuts. Definitely not going too hard with these. I could probably pull those studs out and break this. Don't want that. Look at this thing. So nice. Perfect paint match. O'Hare Auto Body, guys. If you live near Chicago and you want a good paint job or really good paint and body work in general, go there. With the spoiler on, it's time for our gas cap. And we have protected the nuts. We will not scratch this teal paint. We have perfect witness marks too, so we can line this up just like it was. Perfect. I've started the final wipe down before the ceramic coating, and I've made an executive decision here. I'm going to get rid of these stickers, even though they look cool and old. They don't mean anything to me. They're from New Jersey and stuff, so they gotta go. Hopefully these come off kind of easy. Looks like someone tried taking this one off and gave up. Is it gonna pull off in one piece? No, 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 no. Well, it's probably not. Oh yeah, this will be great. Let's try this one. Any better? No. Nope, just pieces. I got a decent chunk here. Oh, yes. Outside of the wheels, I'm gonna fully assemble everything before we start coating the car. So we have our cowl, and we don't wanna forget our washer nozzle. Okay. And then we have our other cowl, the metal one, the beauty piece that we painted. This one kind of slides in here, and then this slides in like so. Our freshly refurbished wiper arms are going on, and luckily these are labeled with an R and an L on the bottom, so that's kind of cool. Now that these are all nice, including the cowl, I'm like super freaked out about scratching stuff. This one rested all the way down there. Okay, and we'll get our nut on there. And don't forget to hook up your washer nozzle. New cowl and wiper arms are on. Before I shut the hood for the new wiper blades, we gotta get rid of this. This is some kind of security system that doesn't really work anymore and is held in with really long screws. Why? Why did they do this? Ugh. This was screwed in the inside, and I think we can just pull the whole thing out. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this instead of trying to drag it through the firewall. Oh my gosh. Got it. There we go. We got the cable out. Some kind of wiring going on here. Okay. Had some wire that went to nothing, so we cut it. It's gone. Never mind, we gotta do wipers with the hood popped. Slide in like that, and they click in. It's time for the Oldsmobile ceramic coat. It's already looking so pretty right now. It's gonna look even better. So you guys know the deal with the ceramic coating. We are simply gonna wipe it on and wipe it off. And you can work in really big sections too. I can do a whole car in like an hour. So we're gonna coat this entire part of the hood up until this line, and then we have to wait 60 seconds. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for those 60 seconds? We're gonna go to this side and coat this side of the hood, and then by the time we're done, we'll be able to dry that side off. And if you bounce back and forth like that for the whole car, you can coat a car in about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. It's really easy. And now I'm in this side, simply wiping off the excess. When I'm done here, I'll do that side, ahead and we're gonna just repeat, you know, for the whole car. I love doing the trim with ceramic coating. It just makes the car look so much newer. Look at that, so nice. I love it. After about an hour, it is done. Fully ceramic coated, including the glass and all the trim. And man, I love it with this black double pinstripe. And now that it's coated, the paint just has that deep glossy shine. It's just, God, I love it. I think I'm gonna leave these windows untinted. I mean, it's just so cool that, you know, this is what you see, and it'll look even better outside. I gotta clean the inside of the glass too. But with the fluorescent lights, it's tough. There's a lot of reflection, but outside you'll actually see this interior. I love that. And this is too cool. I'm so glad I did this with the pinstriping. I ceramic coated the taillights as well, just everything. Look at this car. So while this is drying, we gotta get the wheels and complete this thing so it's ready for tomorrow, which is the big race. I'm using the van to pick up the wheels. And so we are at E-Motion Wheel Repair and Powder Coating in Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Here are my brand new Continental tires, and here are a few of the Oldsmobile wheels. So these, they said, just came out of the oven, so freshly powder coated, and they're powder coating the entire wheel and then doing the machining process, and I'm assuming this is one that's done. Oh man. Oh, you got another one? Get out of here, dude. Are you kidding me? These look so good. So they machined the face just like factory and the lip and everything. And now that it's all cleaned up and perfect, gosh, what a difference. This is so cool. And they're gonna actually teach me how to use the CNC machine. So right now they're tightening up one of the wheels that was powder coated into their CNC machine.
So that's basically your digitizer.
Okay.
And then what you want to do is there's this little fragile piece right here, and you want to screw it into the bottom. Just be careful with that thing because that thing is pretty fragile.
Okay.
Right here.
Right in here,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Tight? All right.
Yeah.
So you're all set up here. Now what you want to do is you want to click on the digitizer, that little red pin right there.
Right here?
Yep.
This one? Okay.
So you're going to do that. Now you're going to click the file name. Now you can name it whatever you want.
All right, so we'll do LSC Olds Wheel. How about that?
Cool. Yeah. And then you can just basically click this right
That,
here.
okay.
And then take a picture of it. So click the camera icon
It's about to get...
right there.
Oh,
and then
okay.
snap a picture.
Is this one?
Yep.
Here? Okay.
Click the check mark. Now that's saved. And then you can move to the next program. Yep.
Okay.
Your start point is basically you touching the wheel. This is
Okay.
kind of where you want to go really slow. We changed it to the slow speed because you can break that probe pretty quick.
And looking at this whole setup, I'm sure even that little needle right there is ridiculously expensive.
It's pretty expensive. Yeah. And we've broke one before.
Yeah. So you're actually moving it right now.
Yeah.
Got it.
It is
It's
moving.
so hard to tell. It's going very, very slow. She's almost there. We almost have touchdown.
So when it touches it, you'll see a little red light pop up right there.
Oh, okay. When I was screwing it in,
Yeah.
it was turning red. So it just detects like the slightest amount of pressure.
So basically where you want to touch the start point is like right literally at the edge of the lip right there.
Okay.
You don't want to do it right on top. You want to be slightly out.
Oh man, we are close.
Okay.
Oh, we
so
got
when
the
you
red
get the red light, you want to kind of just make sure, see if that's where you want to be at. To me, that looks pretty good. Now what you want to do is, since you got the red light, you want to just go up one, get out of the red light, and then you want to lock it in.
Okay.
So now your end point is basically where your center cap goes. Like basically right at this line right here. We're going to change it back to the fast speed. We're going to kind of get over there, back to the slow
Now
speed.
the slow speed. All right.
And we got the red light, so we're gonna go up one and we're gonna lock that in. You got a part of the wheel that's not CNC'd and you have a part of the wheel that is CNC'd. So as it starts tracing and it goes up, this little line right here is the line that you want it to absolutely touch. So you're gonna keep pausing it and you're gonna keep moving the wheel back and forth so that the probe comes in contact with where you wanna CNC it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna let you kind of be the eye for that, all right?
All right, here we go.
So it'll start touching there.
Oh, now it's feeling around, basically, right? Okay. Wow. And this is the tracing procedure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got a little bit of a lip on it, so you'll see as it starts going down, it's gonna follow how it goes down.
It's testing the waters. It's dipping its toes in. Look at that.
And there we go.
Oh my God. Pretty
So-
sure this thing is becoming self-aware right in front of our eyes. It's gonna take over the world. This is crazy. So how long does this process usually take on a new wheel that it hasn't memorized yet?
This is probably gonna take about like 10 minutes,
Okay.
just because it does it really slow. But once you've traced a wheel, if you ever go back to CNC the same wheel, you can kind of find, LegitStreetCars, Oldsmobile wheel or whatever.
So
and you just skip this process.
as
Just
the
run the
years
same
go
file.
by, you guys are probably building up a pretty big catalog
Yeah,
of
for
wheels
sure.
at this point. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy is feeling around
and it's gonna go all the way there, but they already have the program on these wheels. We just wanted to show you kind of how this works, so we can actually start to CNC at this point. So tapping this to get loose, and then we're gonna turn this around to
There we
right?
go.
Yep.
Yeah, right there.
All right.
And then tighten it up.
All right.
There we go.
Cool. So now you're going down really slow with it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost till it kind of touches the lip. This is pretty close. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a dry run. A dry run means that we're not gonna cut the wheel at all. We can actually keep this open for a dry run, but basically you're gonna see your trace come into action without actually, you know, it touching the wheel.
Okay. Oh wow, so it's just gonna barely not touch it? That's crazy. Look at that, it's just hovering over. And what's the point? We're just watching right now to make sure that there's no gross errors, is that it?
Yeah, basically. So when you trace a wheel, sometimes the trace is corrupted or something like that. So you'll notice that it doesn't follow the wheel at all.
Okay.
You know, it might only cut half the wheel, or it might cut too close, or
Got
it
it.
might not go down if there's a step lip. So the dry run kind of just helps you dictate if the trace is correct.
Okay.
So that looked pretty good.
Now, seeing as how you've already done 2 wheels successfully from the Oldsmobile, would you still do dry runs each time, or
Yeah.
would you just, okay.
For sure.
I know they've already gotten 2 wheels that look perfect. It's still nerve-wracking. Like, it's the first time I've seen this. It's crazy to me. All right, so they just heated up this wheel. So there she is before clear coat. And here is the clear coating process live. We're going with a gloss clear because I definitely want to see that machine shine finish. They end up clearing the whole wheel, and it offers a little bit of corrosion protection as well. Wheels are all out of the oven, and so these have the gloss clear, and this is the final product. They're like definitely really hot. So we have the tires mounted up on 2 of them. So these are done. I'm gonna polish up the caps just a little bit when I get back to the shop. Last wheel and tire just got mounted. We're doing the balance. Brought my boy with to help me load these up. I ended up having to come back because the wheels were still hot in the booth before the tires came. So ran some family errands, came back with my boy, and now he's literally doing the job right now. He's balancing the Oldsmobile tires. There we go, right on the laser. Oh, look at that, nice. Now push it down a little bit. All right, cool. Ah, a little bit more. Although wheels like this with a massive side profile tire, they could absorb it being off a little bit. But we're getting it perfect. Yeah. All right.
There we go. And now you got it unscrewed. Just grab both of these, push up.
Sweet. Good deal. Final wheel getting loaded in the most proper wheel transporting vehicle, the Chevy Express van. All right. I didn't know if this was gonna come in on time, but we got a brand new Oldsmobile front bumper emblem. All right, we have new double-sided tape. This is cleaned up. Time for our new Olds badge. Oh, so cool. I love the little metallic gray that they put in there. That's neat. Tape coming off. Cool. Clean that up and we're done. It's race day. The wheels are going on. These are so hard to put on because like they cover everything. I can't even see where the studs are right now. Are there wheel studs? Oh, there we go. Did it. I put a wheel on. Yay. I'm a real boy. I just threw some tire shine on the new tires. She's looking pretty. That's good for photography, but it's a little overcast today. It did rain. Hopefully it doesn't do that anymore. Nice start. See, how do these brakes feel right in front of my wall? Hey, pretty good. Good brake test. Didn't smash into the wall. Ah, the steering's beautiful. Love this thing. I have about a 40-mile drive out to the country, so before we hit the road, I just wanted to show you guys the final product while she's in its cleanest state. I still can't believe the way I feel about a 1992 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. I only spent $3,000 on this car, and it brings me like $100,000 worth of joy. I mean, it is straight as an arrow, and this I'm in love with. I think that is so, so cool. We're leaving the Quad 442, at least for now. The freshly painted spoiler, I mean, there's no dents at all, no rust on the body, nothing. I did order up new center caps, they just didn't make it on time, but once those are on, the wheels are perfect. I'm still just shocked at what the mirrors looked like before and what they look like after and how they match the 2 pinstripes and just the whole package, guys. Let's soak it in. Let's soak it in together. Soak. Oh. All right, I'm gonna hold it right here in case you guys wanna take a screenshot for your screensaver on your computer. Don't mind the no dumping sign and the fact that someone's dumping. Well, hang on, I'll get that kind of out of the way. There we go.
There we go, it's gone. It's gone. I did find out that some of the early two-stage cars did have one stage on the bumper, which makes perfect sense on how this thing looks. Plastic bumpers do sometimes look different than metal panels, but for not being repainted, this looks pretty good. And surprisingly, there are barely any rock chips at all. I did a quick interior detail and look at this, 3,000 bucks, working AC. Every single feature and button works perfectly. At the thrift store, I bought an Eagle CD. CD player works, all the speakers work. There's no issues at all in the interior. And if you guys have been watching the series, have I mentioned the back seat? I'm absolutely in love with these seats. I just sometimes sit back here and ponder. Seriously, I've sat back there and pondered. 94,000 miles of 90s GM goodness looks this good. It's amazing, quite frankly. All right, guys, we have a 1993 Ford Taurus SHO 5-speed manual waiting for us in the middle of the country on a professional racetrack. We gotta show it what's up, even though I do think I'm probably gonna get spanked. But if there's anyone that can do it, it's the twin dual cam V6. I did a little bit more cleaning under here. Everything looks prim and proper. You can do it. I mean, it's got a timing belt and a timing chain. That's gotta be worth 5 horsepower. Cruising along in the country. And I know exactly how fast I'm going, you know, because of my first generation factory heads-up display. And there's a speedo, and I never fixed the brake light. I ran out of time. Okay, this is the coolest road in all of Illinois. Look at this, guys. I know you guys tell me this all the time, but I need to like move out of the city of Chicago and out here. I mean, this is only like 38 minutes from my house, and we're out in the country with cool roads like this. Maybe I should do it. I mean, this is awesome. And then we got cornfields and everything. Look at this. Illinois is a very cool state, all right? A lot of people just know it because of Chicago, but it's beautiful, you know, if you like corn. Cannonball Garage. Whoa, all right. Doing something over here. There is our Challenger. I think it's a 93. Oh, look at that, he's got a Yamaha badge. It's got a different hood. I don't know if it's stock. I hope it's stock. Look at this thing. I want one. So 90s. Oh, and these have the two-tone, like the cloth with the vinyl. Manual, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Tom, who last minute brought his SHO all the way out to Gilbert's, Illinois. So big thanks to Tom. I had another SHO lined up and it broke like yesterday. So he was out and he came in for the win. I posted up on social media and stuff. And my buddy Eric hooked it up as well. He's got the Time Machine DeLorean. Here she is, the 24 valve dual overhead cam Yamaha V6 engine. So we have a V6 versus a V6 manual versus manual. It's the race you guys have been waiting for since, well, the early 90s. You know Arnie's got to get in the mix with this. What in the world? He's got a Beretta in one of the, also the coolest 90s colors ever.
I mean, you guys are in trouble. I mean, this has racing heritage. This was the pace car at the Indianapolis 500 in 1990.
How long have you had this?
About a year.
I see Arnie all the time, and you'd think I'd know this, but he just gets some kind of new, cool, rad car every so often, and it just pops up. I text him, I'm like, hey, can we come out by Gilbert's for this? And he's like, yeah, I got a Beretta pace car. I'm like, all right, well, how many miles are on this thing?
60,000.
60,000 miles. Look at this. I mean, this is definitely the most 90s car of the bunch. I mean, with the two-tone wheels and all the graphics in pink. Oh my gosh, look at this. You stole this from the Oldsmobile. This is my door handle. Wow. No way. They put Indy in the seats and in the back. Oh, this is so cool. Tape deck. What do you got going on here,
Well,
Arnie?
it's barely street legal.
Oh, get out of town. Hey, wait a minute. Do you have those things called, like, I think they're called push rods?
Yes.
You got
Yes,
those things?
Yes, I do. It's for racing only.
He's got push rods. Look at this, 3100. Wow, you got the funky alien EGR like mine, and stickers galore. They loved stickers in the 90s. They basically told you how to rebuild the entire car with those. This is so funny. We're all pulling out right now. Arnie and the Beretta. That thing is mint. We got the SHO. This is one of the coolest days of my life. Are you ready?
No.
You got your fire suit?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Oh, I'm getting him. I'm beating the Beretta. Woo! Race one
In the books. I don't know why, I just wanted to say Pontiac driving excitement right there. Wrong car.
I had to get out of it way back, so I had to get over in your lane. I think I could have taken you.
Excuses. It's time, guys. It's time for the SHO versus the Cutlass Supreme International. All right, Tom, you ready for this?
Sure.
Tom. Oh, we're both spinning them. Oh, he's killing me. Oh my God. I short shifted on that one, but no, that car is way faster. Way faster. I got him off the line. I had a good launch. I don't know why I shifted at like 5,500 in a second. Well, because it was spinning. Oh man, I kind of want another shot at this. You got me. You got me.
Hard to put it down out here, but hey, that's fun. Man. At least in the 90s on 90s is awesome.
Tom beat me fair and square. The Yamaha show is faster than the Cutlass, but I kind of want a rematch. You good for a rematch? Sure. All right. It is raining a little bit. I think it just stopped. It's kind of on and off today, but luckily these are, you know, some of the only cars that you can have a little bit of fun with in the rain. I mean, they're not that powerful. You can do okay. And it's a level playing field. It's raining for all of us. All right, we're gonna do a rematch, but Arnie wants to go again in the Beretta. You ready this time, Arnie? I got to feather it off the line. Oh. See you, Arnie. I gotta say, I'm definitely smelling a little clutch going on here. It's gripping great though, it's not slipping at all. I mean, I am slipping it off the line quite a bit to keep the wheel speed down, you know, because of all the torques. But, you know, we're using the car like it was built to be used. Not really. It's final race with the show. I've prepared for this for my entire life. I'm getting him. I'm getting the show. He's coming for me though. Oh, is he gonna get me at the end? That thing is much faster. Yes. Woo! Okay, I got him off the line. That was all about the launch. The SHO is faster for sure. It's got more power. He was pulling on me there. It was all about the launch. If we had more road, he would have won for sure. Man, this is so much fun. I won.
You did.
I did. He was coming for me. That's a much faster car than.
We can't let we're GM brothers.
That's right.
So we can't let any Ford beat us.
It's really coming down. We got to go back to Cannonball. We're pulling in. Look at the ceramic coating on that. That's why you get it. It just, everything beads off. I love this license plate. Chicago. We got to hear this thing. Dude, that is exotic. That is nice. Wait, one more. Woo! Wait, is the exhaust stock?
It's a Borla system that's like 20 years old.
Oh wow, sounds awesome. I love it.
It's a 7,000 RPM red line. So
Look at this. This is cool.
That's about 6.
Oh, and it revs fast. We got the cars inside of Cannonball. It really started to race. We're gonna do a little bit of a post-race interview here, Tommy.
Oh yeah.
Well, how did you feel about your performance out there?
It was a little slippery.
A little bit.
It's fun. I mean, the cars are great. The 90s lineup's running together. That's a riot all the time, you know. So
Now, is this thing stock?
the engine is completely stock. Yeah.
And how many miles?
196,000.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Original engine?
Original engine.
Wow.
I have a Quaife in the transmission.
Okay.
That helps greatly. But there's also Mustang Cobra brakes on the front stuff. I'm more road coursey kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Drag racing snaps axles, but out there in the wet it doesn't. So, you know. But,
Yeah, it was a little slippery off the line there, but
yeah,
you
it's
know.
torque steer fun from
Yeah.
the 90s, you know. And what more do you want? No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Looking over, seeing cars the same age is awesome.
Well, thank you so much for coming on
Hey.
such short notice. I know the weather wasn't the best.
All good. Appreciate it. It was fun.
Of course. Arnie, how do you feel about your performance out there today?
Well, I was a little upset. It's raining. I mean, the car doesn't have, you know, much traction.
Uh-huh.
So I think that really hurt the cause, you know, because this got so many ponies under the hood.
Right.
It was just hard to tame them.
Yes.
But I'm glad you ended up taking the win. GM for the win.
Yes.
We can't let a Ford beat us, although we know that car should have won.
That car did. I'm going to go ahead and give the win to the show. It won the first time, and the second time I just got him off the line, and it was definitely pulling on me.
Yeah,
it's faster.
Yeah, it is faster. It is a better car.
Yeah. But yeah, fun times, and we got to show everybody the Beretta's digital dash, which I just saw.
Yes, it's pretty rad. I think that if a car was to win for radness,
this
is it. This is the pinnacle of 90s technology.
Dude. Guys, even if you watch my channel for Euro cars and stuff, you gotta give it up to some of this American 80s, 90s goodness. That is cool. We got a lot of cool stuff in the Cannonball garage. This is pretty neat, but it's mostly the Cutlass Supreme, the SHO, and the Beretta right there. The lineup of the century. Let's see, can we get these all? Look at that, guys. You've seen it here first. The race you never knew you needed to see. So Ivan is just casually building a, McLaren engine right now. What's this for?
This is going into a 600 LT. Fairly basic build. Rods, performance bearings, head studs, main bolts. It's nice combo.
Yeah, just run of the mill.
Run of the mill.
Yeah. This is like a 5.3 iron block LS out of a junkyard for Ivan. That's it. Just an everyday thing. All right, guys, that will do it for the Oldsmobile Cutlass International Edition for this episode. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. Give it a big thumbs up if you haven't already. Share this video with your friends and family, especially if they're into 80s and 90s American car goodness. And click on the subscribe button. It's right down there. It's totally free, and it really helps me out. But most importantly, have a fantastic day. I'll see all of you in the next video. All right.